As you all may know, and the reason you clicked on this video, Forsaken has its issues, many issues, and as loyal members of the community, we're going to rant and yap about some of these issues in a poor attempt to change something in this Forsaken community. To start off with, I would just like to ask, what were the testers thinking? Because there should be no reason why the new guest killer was greenlighted. The guest update, in my opinion, was an absolute disaster. How on earth they managed to create a killer this unbalanced and think, yeah, this is great, I'm sure the community will love this, is beyond me. And don't get me started on the new Survivor. I understand that the devs are going to mess up at times, but at the end of the day, with a team this big and having one of the largest games on Roblox, I think it's valid for the player base to expect the game to not release a killer and Survivor of this caliber when compared to other Survivors and killers. And this isn't even the worst part for me personally, it's the maps. What on earth are these new maps? The amount of loops in the game where the killer basically cannot do anything in the time given is insane. I appreciate that the devs may want the game to feel as if you have to work hard for your wins, but there's other ways to go about it rather than giving survivors an infinite skill level to climb while capping killers at what is impossible in the time given. Now to start off with, I think me and many others can agree that skins are cool and fun, but it gets to a point. This game thrived off the uniqueness of gameplay and the genre, not the endless collabs and reference skins. It's gotten to the point where people are calling the game Fortnite because Kazuma Kirikou can block an attack from H2O Delirious whilst being healed by Nyan Cat and lead devs are firing team members to save Friday Night Funkin'. Like, let the game die, bro. It's been 4 years, holy time flies. Anyway, back to the original point. The game has lost its passion and creativity, which is starting to leave the game feeling like a shallow husk of what it used to be. The endless collabs and references, or just skin slop in general, is starting to give the devs a bad reputation as money hungry and greedy. While to put this video on a more positive note, I think certain reference skins are skins done right. For example, the new JX1 DX1 skin based on Cheshire's ARG on the horror character JX1 DX1. The skin has everything down to the T in terms of accuracy to the source material, other than slight tweaks of creativity such as Noli's Void Star being replaced with Roblox accessories shown on the ARG's characters. Or, as a more simpler example, the Matt and Molly skins based on Oblivious HD's Roblox movie, The Last Guest. This is for more different reasons, as the skins are actual references to Roblox as to an AI singer that people simp over.
Hey everyone, other certified jobless member here. It was obvious I would talk about this at some point, but I think the more it gets addressed, the bigger awareness there is of the issue, despite us having less than 40 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, for developers that genuinely work on the game to earn an honest living or to be passionate about a project, I have no issue with. My main issue stems from the lead developers and how they treat the game. They base balances off their own opinions. For example, Noli has been continuously buffed for a long time now for basically no reason. He was barely enough in the 6er update and is arguably the best killer in the game right now. They are happy to remove content when it threatens game revenue or benefits the team, shown in the fact that Jason's design was retconned due to fear of copyright, which it would force them to lose money. But when the danger of the community is involved, they have hesitation to do the same. Also shown with the 2-time and spawnism cult. Devs have found to ignore these issues until they become an issue for them specifically or the brand. Seen with the Kaiser situation, how an ex-developer was only fired after it was leaked he was still in contact with Soul in an attempt to save face, so they could keep a collab, which in turn would generate them more profits. In general, I think 90% of the game's problem stems from either devs or the decision not to change. I'm going to be honest, I think the Forsaken community is the worst community I have ever seen. It hosts people with issues such as complaining about everything to drawing literal NSFW artwork of their characters. This is on Roblox, a platform made for kids. Now I understand that this isn't the whole player base, but the amount of bad apples in this community is concerning. And you may say, well, Rule 34 consists of whatever exists there will be NSFW content of it. But I will ask you this in return. Why is this content almost inescapable? People on TikTok are doing speed runs to see how fast it would take to find NSFW content on TikTok, another app with the majority of the users being children, by just searching Forsaken. The amount of NSFW content found in this game is outright disgusting. Just to mention the amount of straight cornballs in this community as well. But I guess that can't be helped on a platform such as Roblox. The community is known for defending the devs' wrongdoings until it becomes a popular opinion, and if you aren't aware of the consequences this may cause, it leads devs into thinking they are and can do whatever they want without getting any backlash or hate. Also, I know I touched on this earlier, but it's not all the devs' fault that the spawnism cult was a thing. You have to hold the community accountable for that as well, because what on earth were they thinking? Anyway, I want to reiterate, I fully understand that this isn't the whole community as a whole. There are people in this community who genuinely do good, and I want to thank you. You are keeping my hope for this game alive. Also, I must say, fuck the role players. I'm glad that they are a dying species in this game. Playing Cool Kid and seeing some 4-hour 007 come up to you and be like, son, this isn't you, please stop, and proceed to get absolutely eviscerated and grants me an extra 30 seconds for free. Genuine fucking cornballs, honestly.
Just wanted to give out a big thank you for watching and sticking through with us to the end. I know this video is a bit of a different one, but these issues frustrate me and many others to the point we had to make a video on it. To the community full of cornballs,
I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire!
To the devs, Agatha would not be proud. Also wanted to say sorry for the lack of uploads. For example, we haven't properly uploaded in 4 months, but that's due to laziness, lack of ideas, and obviously not really wanting to play Forsaken. But we are hoping to make a bit of a comeback, probably with different types of content, whether that's different games or different style of videos. Anyway, thank you, have a good rest of your day.